Shalom, my friends. Welcome to another edition of Torah's Greatest Hits, the weekly show where we get to explore some of the wonders of our tradition. It's a beautiful passage this week in chapter 20 of the book of Deuteronomy. Reminds us of our responsibilities to the world. When, in a war against a city, you have besieged it a long time in order to capture it, you must not destroy its trees. You may eat of them, but not cut down the fruit trees. Only trees that do not yield food may you cut down for a siege. From this idea, the rabbis created a concept which prohibits wanton destruction. It's called Bal Tashchit, prohibition against wanton destroying of things. So what did the rabbis have in mind? They said, you don't deliberately break dishes. You don't clog up a fountain. You don't allow fruit to spoil. You don't waste food. You don't allow a lamp to burn too quickly because you'll be wasting fuel. And you don't vandalize a building. In other words, we're stewards of God's world, and it's a transgression to waste. The rabbis say, the earth comes from the eternal God and all it holds, the world and all its inhabitants. We have a responsibility to care for God's world. A final story. The rabbis debate, what happens if you're planting a tree and you find that the Messiah who's going to bring peace to the world has just arrived? Do you keep planting the tree, or do you go greet the Messiah? They answer, you keep planting the tree. We're stewards, and we have a responsibility to care for God's world. So this week, another commercial for Judaism in the 21st century. Our guest this coming week will be Cantor Rosalie Will. She's the Director of Worship for the Union for Reform Judaism. She works with congregations around the country. She plans the big events at the Biennial Convention, where there are 5,000 people that gather for 5 days of learning, prayer, and song, the greatest moments in our Reform movement. She'll be talking about the innovations in synagogues around the country in prayer and worship today. Also, get ready, because on Friday, we'll have a special edition of RabbiCast about the High Holy Days. The brochures that describe everything for the holidays were mailed out on Wednesday, and I'll be giving you a preview on Friday. Shabbat Shalom.